Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying my hair is messy because it's muggy outside. I just came in. And during the summer, which obviously it is now, and I have a really crappy camera. It's not even my camera, it's a webcam, so it's bad. But I wanted to talk about something serious that I've been thinking about making a video for a while, and it's cutting or burning. I don't know much about the other types of self-harm. Like, I know you can, like, hate yourself and, like, I don't know, but, so, maybe, I guess I'll start off with the reasons why someone might do this. Someone might cut themselves, or burn themselves, or hurt themselves to feel pain other than sadness, to feel something other than depression. And if they've been stuck in that depression for a very long time, they want to feel something intensely different. That's why some people take drugs, so they're very different because they completely change the state of mind. But with cutting, you feel pain, or burning, you feel like you just feel an intense pain that just randomly comes on. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but so that's one of the reasons I can think of, and another would be not necessarily a bad cry for attention, but like a cry for help. Maybe they don't cover up their cuts and whatnot because they want someone to ask them what's wrong, what's going on, what did you do? And yes, I can admit I know some people, or I've seen some people just do a little scratch to have someone, like, freak out, like, oh my god, what'd you do? But, you know, stuff happens, and it can really be hard on someone, so if you do see someone with cuts on or scars on their arm and you want to ask about it, I recommend getting to know the person first, because that'd be kind of awkward to randomly ask, unless you want to help them. If you're just asking to be nosy, don't. If you want to help them, go right ahead. Okay, so if you are cutting or burning, scratching, whatever, if you need help, talk to your best friend, tell her not to, or him not to tell anyone. Tell your parents, tell them that you'll get better soon, but you need their support. Even talk to a therapist. Everyone always comes up to me and they're like, oh, don't say anything to a therapist, they'll tell your mom. So, don't they have a right to know they raised you? If your mom raised you, of course. But they also tell me that therapists don't do anything. They just sit there with their stupid little notebook and write down what you're saying. My therapist doesn't do that. She sits there and she listens to me. She lets me swear, go off on a rant if I want to. And therapists are trained to know different feelings, especially if they're for teens, 18 or younger. They know that little things can really hurt, like a breakup or a pet dying. Pets dying is kind of anyone, but I mean, little things like a fight with a friend could cause you to do something. Maybe losing a grandmother, someone that's close to you. They know how the brain works, so they help a lot. And people tell me they don't, when they don't know that I go quite a bit, and I've gotten better. I haven't cut recently, but I can tell you I have over 300 scars on my arm. I never really liked cutting on my legs or my stomach because I have a fast metabolism. I am sort of skinny, I guess, and one of the reasons I actually liked my body was the fact that I didn't have stretch marks. And trust me, I don't mind people with stretch marks, it's just I'd feel really self-conscious. So I feel like having scars in a place that has no stretch marks that some people usually do, I just wanted to keep it clean and clear and whatnot, if that makes sense to anyone. Oh, sorry. If you really don't want to tell anyone, write about it. I write a lot of poems. I don't sing. I cannot sing. I can hum. I cannot sing. But if you need to get out your anger or your sadness, I cope instead of cutting by drawing, doodling. I actually write on my arms over my scars to like distract myself from what's there. I wear a lot of bracelets. I'm only wearing one right now on the other arm, but if you if you need to get out some frustration physically, get a punching bag, punch a pillow, scream, or the elastic band trick. Don't know where mine is, but I usually have one on my arm that I, like, if I'm frustrated, I'll just snap it and just keep pulling it, and like it really does help. I don't know how, but I honestly don't remember what I've said and what I haven't. School guidance counselors usually aren't the best because they are trained to know how a young mind works, I think. And I'm just saying nonsense, but they're supposed to know that your kids, you overreact, you cry too much, you bitch about stuff. Things happen, but school guidance counselors don't always work the best because they will call your parents. And yes, they should know, but I've had very many experiences when a kid or a teacher in my class would tell the nurse, and the nurse would tell my guidance counselor. And the guidance counselor was up my ass the whole 2 years, like the last 2 years, since they found out. It was really aggravating. When you have a therapist, you can call them if you need them, but they're not going to be up your ass, and you make appointments. If the school guidance counselor knows, if you have one scratch on your arm, maybe from a cat or a dog, all hell breaks loose. If you're trying to cover any scars or even cuts, new cuts, foundation works, and if they're on your arms, usually a foundation that's lighter than your face skin, because usually, in most cases, it's on this side and it's lighter than this side. You obviously, I don't think you can see any of mine on the camera. Oh. No, you can't. Mine are really thin. I didn't like to use a thicker blade. I used a thin one. I didn't want them to heal terribly. I just wanted the feeling. So, yes, I did bleed and all that. And another thing that I would like to cover in this video is people saying that, like, talking about fake cutters. I started with a thumbtack when I was really young, and I would just scratch myself a little bit and I'd cover it up, and they weren't really cuts, and I was labeled as a fake cutter, and that actually caused me to try it, like, and make myself bleed. So if you want to go out and call that kid that you know that might have cut himself a fake cutter just for attention, or that he doesn't really have bloody cuts on his arm, he might someday, sooner than you think, because of you. I feel like I'm slightly rambling now. I'm getting aggravated. Another thing, if you are depressed and you've been depressed for a while, an antidepressant, talk to your doctor about, or psychologist or something. Because they really do help. Mine, if I take it without my ADD medication, I do feel tired, and it, like, sometimes, depending on which one I take first, I won't want to eat, or I want to eat more. So there are, like, side effects like that, but everything's not everything, I guess, but if it's supposed to make you better, it's worth a try. Because you never know, it could completely change who you are and make you the person you used to be before you got depressed. And that's exactly what happened to me. I mean, yeah, I'm still psycho, but I'm happy. I just made over a 10-minute video, and I don't know what I said and what I didn't, and I already said that. But I'd like whoever watches this to subscribe and give me some ideas to make videos about in the future. So, thank you for watching. I don't know if I covered everything. Bye-bye.